MTV Icon is sponsored by MSN Messenger.
They kind of had this weird, mysterious, dark side to them.
They just strike that place in me, you know, that sad, lonely love place.
I can't think of another band that commands that kind of attention.
You could see why they're so legendary.
Their music and their look together is definitely iconic, you know?
Wild hair and this pale face and this smeared lipstick.
His songs are timeless.
He writes about love and heartbreak and depression and, you know, fantasy.
I can't think of another band actually. It's been out 25 years and they're still making good music.
I think they're one of the greatest bands for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our MTV icons, The Cure!
Tonight is a celebration of a band whose integrity, passion, melancholy, and humor have made them superstars in stadiums and heroes in bedrooms the world all over. Once upon a time, in a mysterious and distant suburb, there lived a naughty little boy called Robert. Robert dreamed of being a musician, and he chased that dream on stage as soon as he could.
The very first time I ever went on stage was actually with a band called the Crawley Goat Band, who played the kind of weird sort of jug band music. I was about 10.
But they'd run out of goats in Crawley, so Robert formed his first band with his classmates. Looking back on it now, their first gig at school was a total success.
They were just awful, and people just walked off.
The band was called Malice, and that was our only show. And I got thrown out of school because of it.
Starting new bands out of school, Robert soon learnt it's not what you play, but who with and why.
I'd love to say it's because my overwhelming talent on bass that Robert picked me. No, Robert and I were mates, and that was it.
Their early existential hits made them a band apart, and they knew that they were unique.
I once read that you were called the Pink Floyd of the 80s. What do you think of that?
We're not at all.
They're the Cure of the 80s.
I really did think it was us against the world and everything.
And it was a battle that Simon and Robert fought in the dark.
We went through a progression where we did kind of get heavier and heavier and darker, which I think generates this whole notion of us being this kind of like dark, gloomy band.
But then into all that darkness came a light, and the songs just got happier.
I think he couldn't continue going down the dark road. The dark road had a dark ending, and it would have done him in if he'd carried on with it.
I wanted us to do kind of 3-minute pop songs.
And everyone liked these 3 minutes.
They're the ones that the kids like and the grandparents. And you don't have to try to like them, they're infectious tunes.
Millions of people loved those infectious tunes, and quite a few people joined and left the band over the years until we have this, the ultimate cure.
I started working for the band as a guitar roadie.
I answered an advert in the paper.
And he phoned the wrong number.
When they finished the Kiss Me album, they asked me to join for the tour. After about a week, Robert asked me to stay. He's regretted it ever since.
I think this lineup of the band is the best lineup that we've ever had. It's like a dream come true.
And this dream continues because The Cure are famous all over the world, filling the airwaves with their music, the charts with their albums, and stadiums with their fans.
Their shows are amazing, and they're very long. They get very intense and epic and build up, and it's a big emotional development.
And so after 26 years of making magical music and dreaming, these 5 imaginary boys were praised throughout the land and made MTV icons.
And now, your host, the original Antichrist superstar, Mr. Marilyn Manson.
There's no other bands still making music that means so much to me. The Cure showed me that there was more to life than metal. They managed to be darker and heavier than what I already knew, but with something extra. Romance for the ladies, but still heavy and clever too. Here's Blink 182 with A Letter to Elise. AFI, Deftones, and Razorlight pay their tribute to Cure, the masters of the cheerful nightmare, after these special messages.